I think the thing that has changed the most, both for me and for you, is the one from episode 1 of what is our most expensive record. Both your list has dramatically changed along with mine, not just because I missed some things the first time around, because like I said, we hadn't yet exposed just how off our
Right.
collections were in Discogs, but also just because it's amazing after just 1 year how the vinyl price horse race goes up
Right.
and
Yeah.
down. So let's do it. Let's do a 10 episode, 10 follow up of our top 5 most expensive records based on median pricing in Discogs. We're not doing high pricing in Discogs because, as already discussed, you could have some RoboCop style drug deal gone bad,
Right.
and now they've
Exactly.
got to funnel $200,000, and they're like, "Hey, these Rolling Stones records, they're totally worth $100,000."
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that's kind of the problem with looking at pricing on Discogs, because stuff like that happens all the time. Or you'll have like some sealed signed record that might sell for $2,000, $3,000. Well, then that throws off the just because you have a sealed copy of Michael Jackson Thriller, it's not going to be worth $3,000 because yours is not signed, or yours is not handed to you by Michael Jackson himself, or whatever the case might have been for that one that sold for that.
Yeah. And I like it as well, though, because it also helps reflect the state of the vinyl collecting community, because there is
It
a
kind of
large
does,
nature of what are people interested in now versus some
yeah.
kind of perceived, this will always be worth X amount of money, which, as we know, is just not true. So,
Right. No.
why don't I start this one off then?
Okay.
And since you may have just seen earlier that I opened up a sealed record, I'm going to start by saying this one is not being opened.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah, this is a sealed version of the original EverQuest soundtrack in absolutely pristine sealed condition, and is something I was able to get during a work-related trip to the publisher of the game development studio I work for. And I had the opportunity to get a piece of swag for being a coworker and such from their swag room, and I happened to see this after literally like 5 seconds, and I was like, "That's what I want. That's
Yep.
what I want."
How about that? Yeah.
At the time, there was still a couple of vinyl records in a box there, so I didn't take the last one, but there weren't too many left, and turns out that these things are worth quite a bit of money online, as it were. And so as a result, its median Discogs price is $84, although I would say I am, in fact, on this version, going to hit that high price because this is sealed and in perfect condition. So, but nonetheless, nevertheless, median Discogs price is what we're basing this one on, and it's $84, the EverQuest soundtrack.
I'm still super jealous that you own that. My number 5 is also a video game soundtrack. This is one of them that changed from last year. This was a little lower last year. I should have actually looked it up to see where it was last year. But number 5 last year was the DGs vinyl, which is the Foo Fighters singing Bee Gees. This year, my number 5 is the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines soundtrack. Median price on this one is $174. It's on the red. I talked about this. We talked about this during the soundtrack show.
Yep, the video game
But,
soundtrack show.
Yep. Yep. This was also on my top 5 list for medium price on Discogs. Oh, and I'm going to point out too that if you look at my Discogs and you sort it, you're going to see these are actually not my top 5 because I'm not counting box sets.
Oh, right, right.
My top 5 would be taken up with, I think 4 of them would be box sets. So these are non-box sets, top 5s. But yeah, $174 for the Vampire the Masquerade soundtrack.
I don't think we're going to repeat it for this one, but you should go back for episode 1 and watch the box set bit that we did after the top 5, because there's some real good stuff there that we can do.
Okay.
And then maybe in the future we'll actually separate out our box sets, because I could do some work on it, and one of mine is a box set as well. But yeah.
I would like to do a box set episode at some point, because that's kind of like one of those niche things in the vinyl collection community that
when we first did this was my second, but 1 year later, my original Sub Pop, Sebadoh Harmacy, has fallen to number 4 at an $89 median Discogs price. However, this is a beautiful record, original Sub Pop release. It still had its plastic and hype stickers showing that 150 gram vinyl was what they were going to be pressing things on. And then even more perhaps precious to my eyes is it's got some of the, let's see, where did I find that now? It's got a Sub Pop catalog from it of early stuff, including old favorites like Nirvana Bleach. It's got Six Finger Satellite in the fastback. They're like, you can order through the mail. You can call them up on the telephone and order. And then it's also got the Sebadoh promo, which is very much in line with the kind of work that Sebadoh did, where they would just take pop culture nonsense and deface it and make it their own. For example, when I saw them live in 1994 and they were selling Black Sabbath in America t-shirts with the name Black Sabbath in America crossed out and Sebadoh drawn in it, and that was basically their tour shirts for that tour.
Tour shirt,
very much in line with the kind of the lo-fi DIY stuff that they were doing. And I love Sebadoh, and I love this album, amazing. And it's an amazing find for me that I actually purchased in the past decade for a mere, I think it was like $25 at a flea market, and I just happened to see it in the racks, and I would have bought it because it was Sebadoh, and then I was like, not only is this Sebadoh, but this is an OG Sub Pop.
All right,
and I was like, heck yes.
Surely what did I expect? The magic slips into the air, and every day's another test. And all this tension we ignore, it surely works its ugly way outside. So let it build, let it explode, leaving blood and shattered bones. Bite your tongue till you've forgotten what to say, and take another step back until you find you walk away.
You gotta love the OG Sub Pops.
Yep.
Indeed. My number 4 is new to my list. Last year it was Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 2. It has now got bumped out of my top 5. Number 4 is World Coming Down from Type O Negative.
Grind, but mostly layoffs. Commit the past into blue flame. Acrid smoke and lonely shame. God damn it!
This was a limited release done by Runout Groove. I don't remember exactly how many were pressed, but it was pretty limited. It was pretty hard to get a hold of, actually. It's on green. If you know anything about Typo Negative, green fits right in with Typo. Press is green. But yeah, this median price is $207.
Wow. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
record, your records are a lot more expensive than mine. That's just the reality
Which-
of it.
And it's not like I buy stuff because I know, oh, these are going to be worth a bunch of money. It's just like some of the stuff I have just crazily is worth some pretty decent money.
I would point out, though, that with the exception of the EverQuest thing, none of these are records purchased in the last year and a half. All of these are from my collection that have been with me for some time now.
Yep.
So
Nope, the same. Other than after we get done, I'm going to throw two on that I just want to talk about that I found something very surprising. But nope, mine is the same too. This is stuff that has been in my collection forever.
my number 3 is one that's also come up on the show before as a personal favorite, but this is an original pressing of Samandy's debut, and it's the fact that it's an original Janus Records pressing of this album that, in the condition it's in, that makes it as valuable as it is. This is just absolutely wonderful kind of prog rock from its era of a UK band with world influences, and this album just absolutely rules. Personal favorite, also very, very cool looking cover, and it's a bit of a hipster album, honestly, as part of the reason it's priced as well as it is because for whatever reason, it kind of got well regarded as a cult favorite among hipsters and things, and as a result, it's a little more pricey. Median price on this one of $92.
I don't wanna feel down, 'cause my name is getting around. I say the whole world is letting me down now, 'cause I don't know where I'm bound. Yes, I guess I'm going down, 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 and I feel I'm gonna drown. I guess I'm going down, 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 and I feel I'm gonna drown.
My number 3 is the exact same as last year, other than the price bumped up a little bit. We're going to take it back to our original discussion on this episode. This is a Taylor Swift album. This is the Long Pond Sessions. $250 is the median price on Discogs for this. This was a Record Store Day exclusive, limited print on these. This is from the Folklore Sessions. This is just stuff that didn't make the Folklore album. She had a Disney Plus special, and this is the soundtrack to that.
Take me to the lakes where all the poets went to die. I don't belong, and my beloved, neither do you. Those Windermere peaks look like a perfect place to cry. I'm setting up, but not without my muse. What should be over, burrowed under my skin, in heart-stopping waves of hurt.
I think why this one's so expensive is it was limited. I think there was only like 1,500 pressed, maybe.
Really good
Something
album.
like that.
It is a really good
Yeah,
album. So
It is. I really enjoy it. But then again, it ties back to I enjoy Folklore so much too. But yeah.
yeah,
So $250.
and that's because of the Swift effect.
I think so, yeah.
My number 2 is a surprise. I had no idea it had dropped out of my Discogs catalog, but also I had no idea it was worth this much. And that is a 10-inch record, is my number 2. This was not even on there before. This is Pretty Lights, The Hidden Shades, 4 B-sides and more remixes from A Color Map of the Sun, which is about a 2012 era kind of dubsteppy electronic album.
Okay.
And this is a 10-inch of B-sides from it. It's an awesome sounding album, and I absolutely love it. I picked this up for $25 from a local record store, and I didn't even think really to catalog it because I have exactly one 10-inch record.
Right.
Or it fell off my list after I got it. I don't remember what happened to it, honestly. And then when we were going through the list, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, this one's not on there. And then I looked it up, and then I looked at the price tag. Median Discogs price of this one is $119.
Wow.
High
Okay.
price is like $500. And the album, A Color Map of the Sun, starts at $500 and goes up to $5,000.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So all of a sudden,
That's
my number
insane.
2 most expensive record just kind of had been sitting in my catalog for
Right.
a while. I had no idea. No idea. I do love it though.
Crazy.
I love the music, and that's probably why it's partially why it's valuable. Is it's exceptionally good. So
My number 2 stayed the same from last year, other than the price jumped up a little bit. Just a little bit more than the Taylor Swift, or this would have bumped down to number 3, but it just inched out Taylor Swift a little bit. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Once More with Feeling, Mondo soundtrack. This one is at $251.
oof. Wow.
So, yeah.
That's just nuts. I still can't get over that. We talked about this last time. It was part of the TV series. They did a musical
Yep.
episode, and this is an
Yep.
original cast recording of the musical episode itself. So a re-recording in some ways, but also a not to the camera recording or whatever.
Right.
So
Yep.
a high quality version with all the original cast. And it was is it record store day or was it just limited release?
No, it was just a limited Mondo release, like, Mondo typically does with their stuff.
I've got a theory we should work this fast.
Because it clearly could get serious before it's past.
I've got a theory, it doesn't matter. What can't we face if we're together? What's in this place that we can't weather? Apocalypse, revolving there, the same old trips. Why should we care? What can we do if we get in it? We'll work it through within a minute.
I didn't realize that was so hard to get because I paid retail price for it when I got it. I didn't realize it was, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden I started seeing like why is that selling for so much? And then I was shocked that it's up to $251 now. So
Yeah. Well, I think
yeah.
it's because of the pop culture Buffy collectible market
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It has crossover all the way
Oh,
to like your gamer
100%.
conventions and everything else in a way
Yep.
that it's just going to, and the fact that it's a Mondo means it's going to be high quality in that as well. So,
Yeah.
except for my Godzilla soundtrack, which they ruined. Thank you very much.
Sad.
Sorry to say. My number 1 is also unchanged from the moment I bought it. This was a record I believe I paid something like $65 for new. But it's absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And this is the Katamari Damacy original video game soundtrack. It comes with the Obi strip, has a beautiful cover, and is just one of the weirdest, funniest, most heartfelt soundtracks you're likely to hear. Kind of think Japanese big band meets lounge, meets jazz, meets
Okay, yeah,
happiness,
yeah.
meets weirdness, meets a little creature whose father controls the universe and discovers that he can roll up the universe and then proceeds to do so. So you roll up dogs, cats, houses, swimming pools, and eventually
it's the weirdest
planets.
video game.
It is the weirdest video game, and it's
the
fantastic.
weirdest video game.
It's the best.
It is.
Comfortably do your best. Picnic keep 'em feel so good.
It is so much
As
fun.
a result, this too is a Mondo, and this too is a limited release, and this is the first time it's ever been released, and this is, from what I understand, the only time it has ever been released. And as a
That would
result,
explain the price.
yep, as a result, the median for my number one is $200. But you ain't walking into a record store and paying
Oh,
$200
no.
for this anytime soon. As a matter of fact, a local record store near my house has it, I believe, for something like 600. So
That's I've seen it. Wasn't at a record store, but it was at a record show.
yeah,
And I want to say it was like 650, I think they had on it, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
so good luck
Yeah,
on that
you-
median Discogs price. But
Yeah, exactly. Unless you get really lucky on Discogs. Good luck. My number one, same as last year, Queen of the Damned soundtrack. If you've seen the movie, the soundtrack is basically new metal stuff. It's got like Korn, Static X, Disturbed. It's on this pretty green. I love the green. It's almost like see-through, but not quite. But it's very like just sea foamy green. I forgot exactly what they called it, but I guess this was like super limited. I guess that's why it's so much. I don't know. The price on this
Yeah.
just astounds me.
yeah,
Median price, because we're doing median, is $322. This press was the first time it was ever pressed on vinyl because it came out in the days when nobody cared about vinyl at the time, so everything was coming out on CD. I don't remember it being that limited, but apparently it was, or just nobody's selling them or something. But yeah, $322 for my number one, Queen
It's
of the Day.
because
This is
it's
a
new metal,
really
I
good
think.
soundtrack.
I think
Yeah.
it's because it's a
Yeah.
movie, because it's new metal, because it's a soundtrack, because rights to
It's-
that stuff gets tricky, etc., and because it's cool, honestly, because the
Yeah,
music's good.
it's never been repressed, and I, like you said, because of the rights, I don't know if it'll ever get repressed. But so I wanted to include these like you had said earlier, all of our stuff in our top 5 is stuff that has been in our collections for a while. I was super shocked. I had 2 of the newest stuff that I have bought in within the past couple months almost make my top 5.
Okay.
Like they, one of them is $150 median price, so it just missed out by about $20 from knocking the Vampire the Masquerade out. And it's the Mother Love Bone that I talked about a couple of episodes ago about the repress of Apple,
Yeah.
and it's on there. They call it Habanero.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I
Yeah.
did, I don't know why it's
Oh,
habanero.
okay, well,
'cause
that's
it's
not
orange.
red. That's orange.
Yeah, it's orange. I don't know why they call this habanero, but yeah, $150, which I'm like, I realized it was kind of like a limited release, but not that limited.
Oh.
But yeah, so I just thought because I just got this a couple weeks ago,
Huh.
and it's already
It sold out.
almost
That's why it sold out. And
Yeah.
their demand was higher than supply. So
yeah.
yeah.
So so yeah, that surprised me. And then the one that really surprised me, right behind that Mother Love Bone at sorry, my iPad turned off. 149. So $1 off from the Mother Love Bone is the Warrant Ultraphobic, which I talked about a while ago. I don't remember what episode it
yeah.
was, but in
Not
the
that long ago.
What's New.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was excited this was getting repressed. And this is on this orange swirl, which that's a pretty sweet looking vinyl. Too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, $149. And then again, this hasn't been that long since I bought this.
Wow. Huh.
And it's already at 149. But then again, this is now sold out
yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
it's probably only going to keep going up.
And as
But-
you had said,
it
if I
just-
recall, this is its first pressing on vinyl.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so it just super like shocked me that something that I just bought last week is almost in my top 5 at $150. So it just kind of goes to show you like it's just the way prices go, and it's just, you know,